We keep ourselves in this prison. We keep ourselves in a place mentally, spiritually, physically that we know we're no longer supposed to be at. And we literally choose misery. You got a choice. We choose misery. We choose stress. We choose all these things. We choose it. Like I said, maybe where you're at isn't your fault. But where you're choosing to stay at is, don't allow fear to control you. Like, don't allow the fear to control you. Because I kind of want you to think a little bit deeper than just the word fear. Like, sometimes we hear fear and think it's just like, oh, well, I don't want to speak. Okay, cool. But like, why is that? Why don't you want to speak? Right? I'm not saying everybody has a speaker. I'm just using an example. Why don't you want to speak? And that's what, when I talk to people who I don't like to say the word mentor, because I don't feel like I mentor people. When we have conversations, because I feel like I learn from them, they learn from me. So it's just a conversation. And when I talk to people, I say, why are you afraid to speak? And then they usually say, you know, the fear of being judged or whatever. And I say, well, where does that come from? Why? You know, where does that come from? Why is it there? And I think if you keep diving deep, you'll realize like where these things come from, man. And these seeds, these roots are in our lives. I actually just pulled up some weeds in my garden today. And, you know, there was actually some deep roots. And I had to pull it up because when we keep these weeds in our gardens of our life, man, like it can make our garden look kind of trashy. Like my garden was looking kind of rough out there. And I had some beautiful flowers out there. But I had to dig up those weeds and get to the roots and really pull those things out. Because if I didn't get to the roots, guess what? Those weeds would grow back again. And it's the same thing in your life. You got to get down to these root issues of why you operate and think the way you think, why you do what you do, you know, why do you create certain outcomes, right, from situations you haven't even experienced yet. Where does that mindset come from? And you have to live in a progressive, a powerful mindset as much as you can. Like create a power perspective. And you've heard me talk about this millions of times, but it's true. You got to create a power perspective. When you understand you're in control of that, and I know I keep saying I get it because I know what a lot of you are thinking. Trust me, I know it. I know a lot of you are thinking. It's like, you know, I try, but you don't understand what's going on in my life. You don't understand what's happening, what happened. And I don't have to understand it, okay? Because I know right now, no matter what happened to you, no matter what has happened to you, it's happened. Right? And I understand we got to go through periods of rehab and we got to go through periods of repair and we got to go through times of healing, but it's happened. And the only way it will continue to happen, right? The only way it continue to have a residual effect in your life is if we keep surrendering to that. If we keep surrendering to the excuse that this has happened to us, right? Not taking anything away from what's happened, not taking the power from what's happened, because a lot of things are devastating. But I want you to understand, even in things that break us, we still have the opportunity to rebuild. We still have the opportunity to construct again. You know, we still have the opportunity to rise back up, even if we fail, even if something has made us fall in our lives. And so that's what I want to get through to you guys, man. I know we start off with fear, but this is the type of process that you have to start thinking about. You know, evaluate your life. It's time to reconstruct the way we think. Reconstruct the way we think. And one of the easiest ways to do that is changing the meanings that we give things, right? Changing the meanings that we give things. And it's not easy. It's very hard to do, but it's possible to do. And if you're like me, all I need is possibility, baby. If I got that possibility, I know I can do it. If I can see it, I know I can be it, right? If I can dream it, I believe I can fly, you know? So that's my mindset in life, and that's how I try to operate life and progress in life. Like I said, I'm not saying these things aren't hard. Like, don't take that from this message. Life is hard. Losses are hard. If you know my story, you know I've been through some things in my life. You know, probably not as much as you guys have. I get it. We all have different struggles, and different struggles affect us all differently. But I know it's hard. But what's harder is staying there. Like that's the leverage that I use in my life, right? When I go through hard times, and I've realized this when I started RehabTime, like losing football or losing my identity, losing my money, all of that type of stuff was hard. Yes, it was hard. But you know what was harder? Staying there. Staying there. And so the choice that I made, I said, I would rather choose temporary pain. I would rather choose being uncomfortable temporary. Because as I progress, I know a change is going to happen as long as I keep progressing. Then I would rather choose to be uncomfortable temporary than in a comfortable pain permanent. Let's get it.